and thank you so much for joining me today of our CMA podcast. My name is Rachel Lynn, and welcome back. Today we are with the lovely Marcia of Klosetslayer and her assistant creative director, Deshawn. How are you?
Good.
Good.
All right, well, welcome back. We're going to get right into things. Now, I did want to ask you: are you looking to branch out and possibly work with any other designers?
We are actually getting ready to do something with a men's line with one of my childhood friends that is going to be doing his designs with me for New York for Fashion Hub.
Really?
Yes.
And are they a men's and women's line as well?
He's just a men's line, and we collaborated on a lot of fabrics and jackets and things like that. We we just stuck with the blazer theme. But we did this together for this one, since this is what he really wanted to do, so I'm helping him branch out.
That's amazing. That's great that you have the ability, I know in your busy schedule, to be able to help.
It actually took a little bit of a load off my back with all these shows, coming up. We're doing 3 fashion shows in 1 month, so, and different pieces for each show. You don't want to show the same pieces at each show.
Exactly.
So 15 different pieces for each show is a lot. 45 pieces in a
collection.
Yeah, it's in a lot, but we're gonna start our new collection for Philly, so that'll be a whole different collection.
Wow. So we will be seeing a lot of new pieces for the first time in Philly.
Definitely, and then we'll launch our spring collection in March. So we're just busy.
You're just full throttle, just going through this.
Exactly.
It's a lot of work.
Definitely, and then we just have a show for men's fashion, Fashion Sizzle in July. So that's just a complete men's fashion show.
Ooh, so then we'll see a lot of different things besides just the blazers, or do you want to try to keep the blazers relevant?
I want to keep the blazers as the main concept, but I definitely want to start branching
Adding
into
some pieces.
for sure.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. No, anything in mind that you kind of want to first delve into?
I want to do whole blazer and pants, match sets. Definitely, but prints and things like that.
I have to ask, are you a fan of the men's romper? Will you go into those styles?
We had this argument so many times because he's a romper fan.
I'm
I'm a romper fan. I'm not even gonna.
I have to tell you, I am too.
Are you?
Like the rompers for some reason. I think it's kind of cute.
I think it
It's a
depends
little-
on who wears it.
It depends on what style, I think, what design it is.
Maybe a jean romper.
Jean rompers are, I think.
I could
People
accept.
are so stuck, to be perfectly honest, in
Should've worn your romper.
No.
Yes, I will next time.
You can't be a fan and not wear it.
I know.
I think people are stuck in social norms with certain things like that. Like a romper can be made for a man. Now, do I like the concept of a romper? Yeah, I do. Do I like it for a man? Yeah. Do I think it could possibly be altered a little bit better to fit a man? Yeah, I totally do. But I feel like it's.
I hope it has buttons, because I know when I wear a romper, it's like a pain to go to the bathroom, things like that.
So
when
true.
you're out, it's like.
So will you maybe promise the fans that we'll see maybe one romper in the collection?
You're not going to see a
Courtesy
romper
of
from me. He
So
might
no
sneak
romper.
one in there, but
I
definitely
know.
not for me.
I think that would be great.
We're gonna have to put your picture all over it or something.
You have to model it though. That's.
Yeah. See, if
no,
you can't
no.
wear it,
I like being the best.
Everyone, if you're live, since we're live, comment and to tell me if Deshawn needs to model this romper for the next fashion.
I like the backstage type of person. Yeah.
you can't do that. So.
Now I know you are a lot. You're backstage most times helping Marcia out with everything. Can you tell me a little bit more exactly what you do to help Marcia, since I know you're her creative director?
I would say I'm kind of a jack of all trades. But for the most part, as far as, and especially with any photo shoots or fashion shows, I would say that I coordinate where the outfits, the order in which we go down runways for pretty much the whole theme of what we want to display. Because I've worked in retail for years, and one thing I've learned is that with any brand, you always want to make sure that you tell a story. And I want our brand to tell that story of more carefree and making its own mold.
That's wonderful. And I love that you have that idea and you're not just going in there just kind of doing it like an everyday job. You know, for instance, you really seem that you really love what you do.
Well, I do. It's one of those things, like I said, when we actually first met, one of the first things that we actually talked about was clothing and literally looking at, it's funny because we were kind of making fun of us.
Is
an
this the
outfit.
first meeting between
Well,
you?
yeah, this was
Yes.
kind of,
So
we
when did you
both
guys
saw
meet?
an outfit.
And we were being shady. Yes.
No shade.
We were being shady.
We were being shady. We actually met at a gay club.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, were you alone or at the club?
Well, yeah.
That's
I
you have to
was.
be alone at the club. No.
Well, I mean, I have a lot of gay friends and things like that. So, I'm married, so I'd much rather be at a
Yeah,
gay club where I don't have to worry about
That's true.
all of the nonsense and things like that, where I can just go and have a good time. And
Now you're
plus, they have like the best. You know, they
I
work
know,
at
they are
Gucci,
the
they work
best.
here, and they work there. You get the best discounts. So it's great.
That's awesome. So that's where this friendship kind of evolved, right?
Yes.
And I would say, is this now how long before the brand? How long have you guys been friends
This
for?
was, I would say, like a year before the brand, but we
had
started
been talking,
speaking
yeah.
and saying like, I want to do this, and he was like, I actually was going to West Virginia a lot for football games. So I was in West Virginia, and he called me, and he was like, listen, you have to do this fashion week. And when I did Atlantic City, I just ran from there.
That's awesome.
So he definitely gave me the kickstart to get into it.
Really? Wow. So that's why you are the creative director for her. You have now do you as well kind of give input to designs?
Of
help
course.
you
We
guys.
go fabric shopping.
We
Like-
look at most of the stuff, or either if I'm not personally there, I'll
FaceTime. Right.
either
Yes.
FaceTime or I'll look at my phone and I have like 35 picture messages of like
At
this
5 in the
fabric.
morning or
Yeah.
something like that.
And this,
yeah.
this is like a 24/7, 365. It's not just like
No days
we
off.
do.
Yes,
a-
I get
a
so
couple of
annoyed when he
days. It's-
doesn't text me back at 5 in the morning. You
Oh,
know,
no.
my husband goes to work so early. And
I'm
my
like,
son and I
my
start
hair's like
thinking
a
of
mess.
ideas.
Like trying to figure out where my phone is. I'm like, why is she
Why didn't you
texting
answer
me?
me back yet?
Goodness.
Yes.
That is. Now I have to ask though, what is for both of you? What is your favorite part about being a designer and a director?
I think it is the whole thing of watching somebody's confidence, or, because I work with not just, I do plus size and I do things like that. And even when it comes to models or photo shoots for my brand, I try to include everybody. Like one of our cover girls is transgender, things like that. I just feel like you should feel good about yourself regardless. And I think that if you have something that fits you right or contours to you good or things like that, it definitely gives you like a boost in confidence. And that's always been
That's
like a good
amazing.
thing. Definitely.
And in harmony with hers, it's the same thing when we actually do the shows or we do a photo shoot.
Yeah, because it's
always
not-
breaking the mold.
They
Like I want.
definitely aren't like too happy. Even in New York, when we asked our first show for plus size models, they were kind of like, what? But every single model that we had was absolutely gorgeous, killed the runway, and couldn't express like how much, like, thank you for the opportunity.
Now saying no, like they didn't want plus
They
size,
weren't like
or-
really into
Wasn't
it for
that
that.
necessarily that they didn't want it? It's just
for
certain
the
times.
designs,
To be
it's
perfectly
certain-
honest, when you think of fashion, sometimes everyone still has that very much so like Vogue circa 90s. Like you have to be pencil thin and you have to look a certain way. And it's to the point now where it's like, it's 2018. Like
That's
people are
amazing,
going
yeah.
to be who they are, and we want the brand to speak to that. And that's what I mean when I say when you see the shows or when you see a photo shoot or when you just see us in general, we wanted to tell a story that you can break any mold that you want to, and if someone doesn't like you, so what? There are people out there that will.
Yeah, not everybody is going to be happy with the models that you choose. Or, like, there's been photographers that have actually turned us down that said that they didn't want to work with, you know, whatever, like, oh, you're going to ruin your brand if you do this or do that. But to me, the whole thing about the brand is originality, or like making things that you haven't seen that you wished existed or you wanted.
And that's awesome. I mean, and that's why you have a lot of the followers that you do, because we see that your brand is kind of breaking the mold and, you know, bringing in the diversity of different people. I know you said transgender. I see you have plus size, you have, you know, size zeros, you know, and up. And you're not just sticking to one certain look or one style. You're going.
Because I always say
amazing.
Anybody can slay.
Mm-hmm.
So
That is definitely
it doesn't
the
matter
truth.
your size, shape.
Slayer.
Yes.
That's amazing. And now, are you still going to be working with, you know, different designs in terms of different models?
We're always thinking of something new, and it's so weird. Like, you could just come across somebody somewhere and just be like one of our models that we had, Angel, was a gorgeous gay model, and we did her with a blazer line because that was more her style, like the blazers, but we did it with an open, like nothing underneath. So she was just, you know, the blazer was covering everything, but we had her do the shoot with the two men. So to us, it kind of like stuck out, like, okay, you can wear it like this and be this, or you could do it this way. So I think like you definitely get inspiration from certain people that you come across of what to make or design.
That's amazing. And again, it does show throughout all of your designs, because not one are really alike throughout your whole collection. I mean, you have some pieces that have similar designs, but we can show through your work that everything is, you know, different. You get a two-piece or a form-fitted dress or pants, skirt, blazers. You kind of have it all throughout your design.
Right. This
I don't think
collection is
we
a little
ever
bit more edgy, though.
Yeah,
This
I don't
one
think
coming
we-
out now
yeah.
is going to be like really for New York. It's definitely, we did like blacks and golds and silvers, and everything is like very, very edgy, which I love.
Edgy as in like different.
Edgy
like,
as in
sneaky.
sexy and definitely
You'll
we're
see.
going to have some
You'll
attention.
see, right? Dot, dot.
Yes, there will be eyes following.
That's
I guarantee that.
amazing. Well, I love that you are bringing a different, you know, vibe to each of your collections, which is amazing. So, any name for this particular collection, or will be revealed?
You'll
then?
see that in
You'll
New
see.
York.
No more red. So, I have to ask now, in what words does fashion mean to you? I know a big one, but of course our
That
fans
definitely
wanna
is,
know.
because I feel like that's more like a lifestyle thing. Like, fashion is everywhere, honestly. Like, you could look at anything and see something that could be made out of it, and so many different things are being made out of like the craziest things now.
You mean in terms of like fabrics? different fabrics,
Everything,
yeah.
like fabrics,
Like
or
recyclables. For
yes,
outfits and
all
stuff.
types of
Yes.
stuff, which I
Which is
love.
amazing,
And I
yeah.
love to look at things from like other countries, and like, you know, you see all these different things, and it's just, I think it's more about like your creativity, and you just have to deal with it like that. But fashion that's just something that you have to have like inside of you, I think. For sure. There's always somebody that, because anybody, you
everybody
could wear
has their
something
own
and
unique- yeah.
I could wear
Own
something, you could
style.
wear something, but you should be able to like wear something and somebody be like, okay, that's something that Marcia would wear, or something like that, recognized right away. Because it's your own personality. So your style should speak for itself.
Absolutely. Now, is that something? Now, what can you tell the fans that are watching who are, you know, up and coming and want to be a designer in the makes? What can you tell them to kind of, you know, help them get into this industry?
Never take
take
a
a
no
no.
for an answer.
Never
Kick
take
that
a no.
door
He was like, I
down.
already
Never take a
It's
no.
the truth. Never
Don't
take
knock,
no
just
for an
kick
answer.
it.
Because like I said, you literally have to work each day like you first started. You can never get too comfortable and feel like, okay, I'm starting to get this. until you get to where you really, really want to be. You have to hustle and work hard. And I swear, every show beforehand, we never sleep.
It's
Like,
kind of a
the
tradition
night
now.
before
It's like the
is
night
a
before.
We
is
never
like,
sleep.
You never sleep.
Like, we're up the whole night before, like, just getting in the, anxiety and things like this, because you want everything to be perfect. It just happens, and it's not intentional. It's just like neither one of us could sleep
For
before.
excitement. And stuff,
Exactly.
yeah.
Definitely exciting too.
But I think when you put your yourself into something, you want to see it, grow and progress. It's kind of like it really is. You understand now when people start. I understand now when people start businesses and they say, "Oh, this is my baby," because it kind of is. It's like a child. You want the best for it, and you want
And
to
it
see
takes
it.
a lot of time.
It's about nurturing, a lot of time.
Definitely.
Right? Now, what necessary skills do you think, what does it take to be a designer? What skills do you need?
It takes a lot of dedication, for sure.
I think I would say also like individuality and possibly
Yeah, you can't be like everybody else. Like, to me, the whole, if you see something that's so basic and everybody does it, and that's no fun. Things have to be original for you
So
to get
true.
noticed.
Very true.
Like, taking something from somebody else is never going to get you anywhere anyway. To be an original is best. So you have to definitely come up with your own ideas and bring it into life, for sure.
That's so true.
And
we
I think a
can
lot
see
of it
that.
is confidence as well, in knowing that I like this, and like she said, it's like you always want to let your voice be heard, even when it comes to show anything. Just like if you like it or you want to make it, do it. And I feel like other people will feel that energy and will naturally want to get involved. I feel like a lot of our designs is that it was no F's given, to
For
be
sure.
to be
To be
frankly honest.
No,
And
that's
people
amazing.
feel that energy and say, "Hey, I like that," because you're good and you know that you're good. Not in a cocky way, but it's having that confidence and saying, "Hey, we did this and we know we did good at it."
That's so true. And of course, getting a little personal, I'm sure looking back throughout your year and how far you've come, I'm sure you kind of go back to, like you said, some people turned you down, photographers that they probably look
They're
at
calling
to see
now,
where you are
believe
now
me.
and looking at you and seeing how big you've grown and probably kicking themselves in the butt,
They're calling
wishing
now.
they would work with you because you guys are doing so well.
They're definitely
Your brand
calling
is
now,
amazing.
and the amount of magazine propositions that we have is unbelievable.
That's amazing. And I hope that you guys keep on going
Thank
and
you.
keep designing. I know that, you have a lot of shows coming up. Now, can you tell our viewers exactly the dates and so
We
that
are
they can
doing
be able to
Atlantic
attend?
City, February 16th. We are doing New York City, February 10th. And we are doing Philly Fashion Week, February 21st.
Awesome. And I know we're both going to attend the Fashion Hub for Lucid Magazine, that one coming up on the 10th, which I'm so honored to be able to walk for your collection.
Again, yes.
Yes, this is the second time. So I'm so happy, and I'm sure it will be such a great show. And if anybody is wanting to come out to the New York City area, they can come and be able to be a part and see the show on February 10th. I believe doors do open at 4 p.m.
Yes.
I think 4 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. So be sure to stay tuned for that as well. And as well, any other plans for the year besides the shows that are coming up? I know you looking to branch out and maybe travel anywhere
Well,
in
Cleveland,
particular?
we're going to be doing some showrooms in Manhattan and some other things, but we don't want to let it all out now.
Well, all right.
see.
You can't share
So
everything.
stay tuned, definitely. And so everybody and your fans can kind of see your social media outlets. Can you tell them your Instagram
We're
or online name?
Klosetslayer with a K on Instagram.
Awesome. And do you have a website that they can see?
We
as
do.
well?
It's theklosetslayer.com, and we also have a free app available
Ooh,
on.
that's awesome.
Yes. So, and that's just Klosetslayer.
Wonderful. And for you, Deshawn, as well, so people can see your media outlets?
Oh, mine is just D, like JUS_DEEE.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining with us.
Thank you for
today.
having us.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune in next time for our CMA podcast.